Hey guys, and welcome back to What's for Tea, and I hope I find you all very well indeed. Now, I just thought I'd pop on and show you what I'm making for tea tonight. And for tea tonight, I'm going to be making traditional Scottish stovies. Now, this is the mince version, the mince meat or ground beef, whatever you like to call it. You can also use sausages, some people like to use corned beef, so it's entirely up to you. My favourite way of doing it is with minced beef, so that's what I'm going to be using tonight. You can do this in the slow cooker or you can do it in the stove top. I've actually done a recipe for this before, the sausage version, using the slow cooker, but tonight I don't have a great deal of time today, so I'm doing it on the stove top, and it takes just over an hour and it's just as tasty. Right guys, so this is what you're going to need if you want to give this wee recipe a go. First of all, you'll need 20 grams of softened butter, you'll need 200 grams of finely chopped onions, you'll need 500 grams or a pound of the best quality steak mince that you can get, you'll need 400 ml of warm water, 4 large potatoes, round about baking potato size, and 300 grams of chopped root vegetables. I'm using carrot and turnip, and that's it. I mean, it's super simple, basically 5 ingredients. So let's go over and we'll see what we do next. First thing you want to do, guys, is chop up your potatoes. Now just give them a slice through the middle and then slice them again. So you're basically putting each potato into 8 pieces. Just fill the palm of your hand each piece. You don't want them too small or they'll just disintegrate. First thing you want to do is pop your butter into the bottom of a large pan. I'm using a big stock pot here. And to that you want to add your onions. I've used 200 grams of finely chopped onions. You can use more or less depending on your own taste. This recipe, it really does depend on what you like. I mean, you can add more or less of anything. So you just want to soften these. Just take a few minutes. You don't want any colour on them, you just want them to soften. And once they've softened, you can pop in your ground beef or steak mince. You'll want 500 grams, which is a pound. And give this a stir. Just keep going with it until it's completely browned all over. Now the reason I'm saying, guys, is to use the best quality beef mince, steak mince or ground beef that you can get, is because it's going to produce less fatty liquid, and you don't really want that in the bottom of your pan. You want it to be quite dry. Like you see here, I mean, there's absolutely no liquid in the bottom of this. So if you can, pop down to your butcher and he'll be able to run some lovely steak through his mincer for you. So it's basically bone dry at this stage. So just keep going until it's thoroughly browned. And then you can add in your turnip and your carrots, about 300 grams I've used. And just give it a good stir in and leave it in your mince for 5 minutes maybe, just until it's starting to soften. Now this whole process, it takes about an hour and 10 minutes, so it's really quick compared to the 8 or 9 hours it would take in a slow cooker. And then you want to pop in your potatoes. I've used 4 large sort of baking potato size ones, cutting each one up into 8 pieces. And then you want to pop your water on, and I've used 400 ml. Then you want to use a good pinch of salt and pepper if you like. This is completely up to you. Then again, just give everything a good mix through. This is absolutely delicious. I mean, my favourite thing in the world, apart from fish and chips, is mince and tatties, and this is just like another version of mince and tatties. Pop your lid on and just let it bring it up to the boil, guys, and then reduce the heat to low, and you'll have this after half an hour. You don't want it boiling furiously, just in a nice low simmer. Give everything a good mix again. And this is about 20 minutes after that, so it's had 50 minutes altogether. And this is basically ready. Now you can serve it like this, just give it a good stir through. You'll see your potatoes are starting to break up because they're actually soft at this stage. I'm just going to squash one against the side of the pan to let you see in a second. See that? You know, it mushes right up. It's just like mashed potato if you do that. So that's it, basically ready at this stage, guys. I mean, you can serve it like this if you like. What I like to do is I like to turn my heat off, pop my lid back on, and just let it sit there, keeping warm for 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to all come together beautifully and thicken up a lot more than this because I like it a bit thicker. So after 15 minutes, I just turn my heat back on to get the heat back through it and let it simmer for another 5 minutes. Give it a good stir and then it's done. It's as simple as that. And the more you stir this, the thicker it's going to get, because the more you stir it, the more your potatoes are going to break down. So again, it's up to you how much you stir this round. That's good enough for me. Perfect. The smell was to die for, really was. The cat kept popping his head round. He likes mince, so he does. And all you have to do now is pop it out in a plate. And I love to serve my Stovies with some beetroot and some oat cakes. I really enjoyed this, so I did. Everybody did. It's a household favourite. You know, it's a classic for a reason, guys. Just like mince and tatties or anything like that, you know, always goes down well, relatively inexpensive to make, you know, easy to make and full of flavour. So thank you very much again, guys, for popping over and seeing what's going on. And until next time, I'll be popping up a wee poll in the next couple of days to get your guys' input into what I'm going to be doing next. So pop back for that. So take care, guys, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye now.